Isn't this just the most peaceful sound? Yeah, this is where I come to chill and get away from what is parenting. So while I have a few minutes, thought I'd say hi. How's everyone's day going? It's pretty hot here, not as bad as before, but 30 degrees. My body doesn't like heat. No. Anyway, so little about me. 32. I've struggled. I've not struggled. Kind of everybody's life story. Some people say my life was more challenging than it should have been. I handled really well. I kind of see it as, what else can you do? Right? I mean, you can get your fairy tale. It's just not always going to be Cinderella, right? Sometimes you get lemony snickets. And look at those kids. They always get out on the other side, stronger, little injured, but overall, okay people, right? So, I've had some colorful things happen to me throughout my life. I've endured a lot. I was born with spina bifida, so my parents actually didn't even know that I was gonna stand or walk. They weren't sure after my surgeries. There's lots of complications that come with meningeal, and it was like they had me and they were expecting a boy, so they didn't go shopping because I have an older brother, and it was like, surprise, it's a girl, but she has this thing going on, and that's why we were confused. So my spinal cord on my lower half of my back bubbled out, and it was kind of like a little bump there, and they kind of cut it open, took it all back in, try to make it work. I guess is the best way. Back in the 80s, they just tried their best and hoped for the best, and I had some great neurologists that worked on me, and was always told I was a miracle. This scar up here is where the miracle comes from, because I fell out of my crib reaching out for my dad at like over a year old or so, I think. I can't really remember myself, but I hear stories. And yeah, my parents were pretty excited, to say the least. Wasn't allowed to play like sports or anything like that. I was very sporty and really competitive when I was younger, but wasn't allowed to compete at all. It was like, no, that's not safe. I sure tried getting away with a lot of things with my spina bifida that I probably look back now and I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't a good idea. But, you know, it happens. And in the later years, my parents split up, like most parents do. My story gets a little more interesting because in the dissolve of that, I ended up going into foster care. And I won't name names, but I have a wonderful foster mom who's my second mommy. And even though I didn't get to see my father much because he moved away, I had two very strong women in my life, which was my mother and my foster mom. And they helped me through all of those really tough things. I had a lot of them, including being a mother at 19. I thought that was a good idea at the time, like most 19-year-olds. The only thing I will say about it, parenthood from 19, nights, up all night, that's fine. 25 though, didn't like it. No, that was hard to get up to a baby at 25. It really was. So, I have no regrets by any means on going into it early, as some would say. And because I had such a crazy life, to me, it wasn't as early as it probably felt for others around me, right? But I had experienced and gone through so much that it wasn't so bad, right? The hardest part, I guess, is I'm in a booming city, Calgary, so financially it's always been colorful, but we've always managed to work through it by the grace of God. I'm totally sure. But lemony snickets, right? So I've had my fair share of my lemony snickets moments. I'm sure lots of other people do too, and I feel like it's just not talked about. We all act like it's perfect and our life is okay, and we put like makeup on and the filters on. Notice how there's no makeup. I look pretty tired and haggard today. Always. I've always looked pretty rough. I have since my daughter passed away, which was another thing that happened to me. I was 24. My firstborn and oldest passed away at 4. My son was 2. And my youngest, Akira, she wasn't born till later. So, all in all, seen a lot, done a lot. And I'm glad you guys are here. Tell me some of your stories. I'm a listener. I feel like people don't talk and communicate enough in our society. It's a little different these days. This is how we do it. I hear is these blogs and our little comments below. But I really just enjoy life, and really appreciate everyone else's life too, I think we all have this special place in the plan, and it's a really special thing to be here, even though it can be at times, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not the adult in this situation, right? Anyway, I hope to hear from you guys. Comment down below, let me know how are my videos. I have no clue what I'm doing, so let me know.